Yes, it's finally my turn to actually get some appearances on the channel. Just by doing some baking for you guys. Alright, so for my first thing I'll be baking on my channel, I'm going to be baking cinnamon rolls. I'm baking a healthier version of cinnamon rolls. Instead of using sugar for the flavor, I'm using stevia, which is like a sugar alternative. So the ingredients you will need to make cinnamon rolls is you need some milk. This is for the icing later on. Some cornstarch. You need some vanilla extract, some cinnamon. Obviously, it's called a cinnamon roll. You need some flour. You got yeast, and you got olive oil because you gotta lightly oil the bowl. You got a stick of butter and some stevia. Let's put this all together. The first step you should do, because this bowl is gonna be for the dough, we're gonna have to lightly oil this bowl with the olive oil. Let's do that. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, you also need an egg for this too. Once you've oiled the bowl, set it off to the side. Alright, now you need to fill your liquid measuring cup with warm tap water. Then you add it with the yeast. Let's do that. Also make sure to measure from an eye level too. Now you want to add the water to the yeast, then let it sit for 5 to 7 minutes. Now what you do is you take take a half cup of milk, pour it in your measuring cup, and make sure to heat it up in the microwave. In this mixing bowl, you mix together the stevia, the salt, the hot milk, the butter, and 2 cups of flour. Let's get mixing. It's also not to forget, we need to also add the egg to the dough as well. Alright, now you have to add your yeast to the mixture. Then add the last 2 cups of flour, then knead your dough for 5 to 7 minutes. Once your dough is kneaded out, let it rest for a half an hour. Alright, now what you do is you take your sticks of unsalted butter and put them in the microwave, and then spread the butter all over the dough. Then mix your stevia and cinnamon together and then add that on the top as well. Let's do that. Your butter should have a nice consistency like this. Once you've added them together, mix it. Now that our cinnamon, butter, and stevia are now mixed together, we're going to take our dough and set it on the coffee table. Now that the dough is now set on the table, we're going to knead it with the rolling pin. Alright, now, your dough should be rolled out flat like this. Now add the cinnamon stuff to it. Now that you've added your cinnamon stuff to it and have them in even cuts, you have to let them sit for a half an hour before going in the oven to let them rise. Okay, now we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. And when they are done, we're going to put some icing on them. It has now been 25 minutes. Let's take them out. Now that the cinnamon rolls are done, let's work on the icing. What you will need to make the icing is you'll need some butter, some stevia, some vanilla extract, and cornstarch. Let's get to it. What to do is add 3/4 cup of stevia plus 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now you use a fork and mix them together. And then you were supposed to add 2 teaspoons of milk and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then mix it together. Once you added the icing, they are now fully complete. Comment down below what I should make next.